Allegedly, used to convey that something is claimed to be the case or have taken place, although there is no proof. Private emails and photos were posted online along with information about who is allegedly behind the leak. Alleged, said, without proof, to have happened or to have a specified illegal or undesirable quality. There is major news tonight regarding the case of an alleged serial killer. Exemplify, to be a typical example of something. During the traffic stop, the driver did exemplify signs of functional impairment. Impairment, the state or fact of being functionally defective or damaged, often by alcohol or drugs. The police report noted that the individual showed clear signs of physical impairment at the scene. Breathalyzer, a device used by police for measuring the amount of alcohol in a driver's breath. Authorities say the driver was not injured and passed a breathalyzer test, but refused to provide other samples for testing. Amputated, to cut off a limb by surgical operation. The patient nearly had to have part of his leg amputated after the severe vehicle rollover accident. Pled, past tense of plead, to enter a formal statement in court, typically guilty or not guilty. The defendant later pled guilty to reckless driving following a collision near his residence. Escalade, referring to a luxury vehicle, generalized from a specific brand. The driver crashed his luxury Escalade into a fixture on the street amid various personal rumors. Hydrant, a fixture in a street with a nozzle by which a hose may be attached to a water main. The vehicle crashed into a fire hydrant just feet from the residence during the late-night incident. Gambit, an action or opening remark, typically entailing a degree of risk, calculated to gain an advantage. Some critics described the political gambit performed last night as nothing more than a joke. Recess, a temporary suspension of proceedings or work, especially of a parliament or court. Citizens are left wondering about the situation as lawmakers leave the city for a 2-week recess. Rages, of a war or storm, to continue with great force or intensity. As the regional conflict rages on, sources indicate that officials expect the hostilities to last several more weeks. Paratroopers, troops trained to be dropped from an aircraft by parachute. Thousands of personnel are arriving in the region, including hundreds of paratroopers preparing to deploy. Speculation, the forming of a theory or conjecture without firm evidence. The recent movement of troops has sparked speculation that a ground offensive may be imminent. Strait, a narrow passage of water connecting two seas or two other large areas of water. The conflict aims to break the chokehold on the critical strait, which has caused global energy prices to skyrocket. Wreckage, the remains of something that has been badly damaged or destroyed. After the aircraft crashed off the coast, the overturned wreckage was seen bobbing in the water. Bobbing, making a quick, short movement up and down on the surface of water. Witnesses reported seeing the remains of the vehicle bobbing in the waves near the beach. Plummeted, to fall or drop straight down at high speed. Officials stated that the helicopter plummeted into a sandbar just before the scheduled landing. Sandbar, a long, narrow sandbank, especially at the mouth of a river or off a coast. The aircraft crashed into a sandbar off the coast during the late afternoon flight. Brazen, bold, and without shame. The news report focused on a brazen security breach that occurred earlier today. Retaliation, the action of returning a military attack or responding to an injury with a counterattack. The hacking incident was apparently done in direct retaliation for recent legal actions taken against the group. Bluntly, in an uncompromisingly forthright or direct way. The group bluntly described their reasons for the attack, calling the previous legal actions ridiculous. Negligent, failing to take proper care in doing something. Investigators are calling the accidental weapon firing a negligent discharge. Prestigious, inspiring respect and admiration, having high status. The organization has announced its annual prestigious awards to honor those who made significant contributions. Indelible, not able to be forgotten or removed. The award is given to a select few who have made an indelible mark on the industry. Honorees, people who receive an honor or award. The list of this year's honorees was announced, featuring prominent actors, musicians, and producers. Precursor, a person or thing that comes before another of the same kind. This early project served as the precursor to several major media networks and sports programs. Marvel, a wonderful or astonishing person or thing. Under strong leadership, the company acquired several creative studios that were considered a marvel of the industry. Voyage, a long journey involving travel by sea or in space. At the end of this professional voyage, the leader reflected on his journey from a simpler time. Humility, a modest or low view of one's own importance, humbleness. The executive emphasized that humility is vital, especially in remembering one's origins and past self.